Welcome back to Marvel Maniac and MCU After Show. This is your host, Eric Cicada, aka Mr. Honest, back with you for Ironheart Episode 5, Karma's a Glitch. Suit Up or Shut Down, that's the subtitle for my episode. Okay, this was a longer one, the longest one of the series, but it felt so fast because of how eventful it is. There's a lot of culmination in this episode, which I loved. The White Castle showdown as well, iconic. Who paid who for that? Did Marvel want to just embrace White Castle, or did White Castle be like, film a fight scene at a White Castle and we'll give you like $5 billion because we're White Castle. We're the biggest supply of fast. I don't know. They're not my sponsor. That's not what this is about. But there's a lot of things. Natalie's flying the suit on her own. This episode just goes hard, okay? Just because it was the longest doesn't mean it was the worst. I actually thought it would be boring. I was worried. I'm like, is he going to get boring right before the end? No. This is the turnaround moment for Riri. She goes through a lot in this episode, but she also gets to resolve so much. And then at the very end, the deletion of Natalie. Yeah, I am standing here with my hands up like, what do we do? Like, absolutely devastating. This happening, unfortunately, is probably Riri's lowest point, and it has to be her turning point, because what she did in exchange for the deletion of Natalie unknowingly was embody her suit with red magic that I can only compare to the Scarlet Witch chaos magic, or the red of whatever is inside of that cloak. I mean, the hood. However, I don't know where that's going. All I know right now is we lost Natalie, and I don't know if they'll be able to get her back. And it is so tragic it happening there, where she worked out her PTSD of losing her friend there, and it's just, oh man, she's gonna have to yank herself back up from this one. Hopefully the magic carries her. We shall see. But let's break down this episode, because a lot went down. The opening Rutov moment, the one where Natalie, she's watching old footage of herself and Riri, kind of what Riri usually was seeing in the flashbacks in like the first few episodes. She mimics her own face to look more human. That's actually heartbreaking setup without realizing it at that moment. This girl, dude, they said this girl's name once in the whole series, and she's like the most magical person I've seen in the MCU. This girl draws Dormammu and tries to convince Riri that the hood is taking power like Caecilius did in Doctor Strange. She even name drops Caecilius. Doctor Strange, I love that movie, so hearing about that and uses an example of how he drew from the Dark Dimension. Well, us seeing that movie knows it's kind of more purpley, it affects the eyes, and that's not what's being affected by the hood. The hood's got more like veins coming out of its back. The theories of what is going on behind that, I've heard of, thought of, and kind of know since the beginning of the series, but I've been avoiding it and just letting it get there. So I'm not going to say much more on where the magic's coming from, because we're pretty much bound for an amazing season finale here. And to top off, if they can stick the landing on this thing, we might just have like one of the best Disney Plus shows of all time. A new Iron Man born in the end of Phase 5, and a confusing time for the MCU, but also a era of comebacks, and I think this is going to be the comeback show. So yeah, Riri is without her suit at a White Castle, and a kitchen battle ensues. There's oil, flying pots. Riri gets wrecked and barely escapes, but she does fight back more than I expected. She got a few licks in. Natalie finally comes in and rescues her with the suit. I love the way the suit opens up and how she gets into the suit. This is technology that Tony Stark was using in like Spider-Man Homecoming. It's the one where he walks out of the suit like that. So I think her technology is pretty dang close to getting to Tony's. And I'd say that's impressive. See what they made out of the car, the suit. It's just so beautiful, and I really liked it. I love the suit. So the Natalie hologram talk, it was a painful confrontation about being considered a glitch, because in the last episode with her real life brother not really just understanding anything about AI and just freaked out that he sees his sister, like it seemed creepy to him, and not wrongfully so. I mean, I think it has every right to have reacted that way, but it hurt her feelings. Also valid. Ezekiel, whose name I've wrote 100 different ways in my notes, he returns and he's a full robot villain now. He's got like force lightning abilities, enhanced strength, and total Stark versus Stain, Obadiah, Iron Man 1 vibes. It's kind of crazy. The new Iron Man's going up against the new Stain, and this upgrade is a little bit nicer than Obadiah's in the first Iron Man. This guy's a cyborg, but when we find out that the Hood can control him like a robot from the inside, I think I was pretty freaked out at that. It's just a creepy idea to be like moved by something that's not you. Get out of me. I don't want to be a cyborg anymore. Riri gets absolutely destroyed in this fight. When she has her suit, the suit gets completely down. She gets kind of body bruised herself and soul crushed. Ezekiel kicks her ass and spares her life, but crushes the suit, telling the Hood that he did take out Ironheart, and that's going to give her an advantage in the next episode. They think she's out of the game. They saw the suit destroyed. They didn't think she had willpower. No one in the group decided to go to follow up on her, but I would like to assume that group didn't know this location. So if they were looking for Riri, they would have been looking around where she lived, and maybe not this garage where she used to go before they knew her. So that's my take on that, at least. There's an emotional mom moment. She cleans her wounds as well. She says, "You've flown, you've frozen, but you haven't fought." One of the most powerful lines in the series. We get that garage flashback scene. Natalie and Riri's memory of Riri's stepfather. We see where the Ironhead nickname came from, because it fell on her head when they were dancing. They take a lot of time in this moment, and I think they've earned that to show just how much pain Riri is carrying around on a daily basis. Riri admits and tells Natalie, "You are my glitch." I think you know what that means. And she says Chicago is home because she was thinking about running, and this is her family. Her mom even is like, "You got a superhero you got to have a superhero battle at the end of the series, ma'am." So yes, Riri, let's freaking go. Chicago, sweet home Chicago. That's a big part of me liking this new hero. She is from my hometown. South side over here, though. People from Chicago, like the city, would call me a poser. But hey, I live in the vicinity, okay? My whole life I've been a Chicago-lander. Just when they showed that new beautiful red car, I mean, it reminded me of Iron Man, the color a little bit, but it's got its own color. It's not fully Iron Man. He also goes through a few different shades of red. But the new suit incoming, once we knew that she was doing, yes, all the chills. So what impacts is going to have on the rest of the MCU? I don't know. They have went and stated that this show is the last one that will be necessary, and they went on record to say necessary to the future plots of future movies and stuff. And Disney Plus, from this point on, they'll be their own stories. If they put those characters on screen, cool. But there's not going to be any necessary watching like Loki. Loki, I'd say, might be the only one you'd have to watch if you didn't watch any of the shows. On that end, I think this show is going to have a big impact. I think what happens in this final episode we're approaching is going to introduce a character or two, probably set Riri up for her arc in Doomsday. I mean, she's not just going to sit around, is she? She's got to be in the movie. I don't know if she was on one of the chairs. I don't have the chairs memorized. I'm not going to watch it again. I never watched it. I just watched all the channels cover it. Man, that's a lot of time. Everyone was looking at chairs that day. Natalie's deletion could mirror a Vision moment. Like, will she return in some form? You know what I mean? Like White Vision, in a way. You know what I mean? Like, she's AI. So, but I don't know if she could like technically find herself in another body. It's just confusing. We'd have to ask Agatha about that one. But yeah, I don't know. Parker, though, is now fully under demonic influence, possibly Dormammu. Strong indicator that it could be like another demonic presence from the comics. I refuse to say the name until it happens, as to not spoil it for you, even though it might not even matter to you, but it might. I don't know. The magic girl, like I'm telling you, they said her name one time, and she could bring up realities, man. She flips you into a different reality. She is the one helping make Riri the magic suit. So they're going to make the suit first, and then they make the magic. Xavier and Riri's bond feels more meaningful. Now, he forgave her. It's kind of like Peter and MJ, or even Ned. He might be just sticking around as like a great friend and just to be there for her. It was just so tragic to see the suit get finished, to be on such a positive note for this character who's been suffering this entire show in her own right, having a hard moment after a harsh moment, and we couldn't end it on a happy one yet. We had to see Natalie get deleted in front of their very eyes. I think they're going to get her back, but it's going to be at the loss of like all the time that they spent together during the course of this series. She might just be like a fresh replica. I don't know what they're going to do for that. I'm actually very interested. I'm going to wonder, maybe the suit will turn magic. Riri learns how to harness it, and then she realizes that Natalie gave her that and sacrificed for that. But I don't know. This is not much of a Marvel thing to me. For me, the Marvel thing would be for her to go and figure out how to get Natalie back. But I don't know. I'm actually very excited to see how that ends up, how that plays out. So, closing thoughts. The heart in Ironheart in this episode is unreal. The garage scene, mom hugs, AI grief. This is the emotional core of the series. Riri is finally building her suit for herself, not out of guilt or panic. And that is real growth. Natalie's deletion hurts, but that moment proves how much she meant, not just to Riri, but to us. I think this episode opens up a lot of discussion for the future and artificial intelligence and the role it's going to inevitably play in all of our lives. And I'm not joking. It's coming. It's here. I mean, a lot of people don't realize it, but sentient AI is on its way. Okay, it's on its way. And the question is, how will that be accepted? How will that be gone about? Are people, like, you ever see the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix? Are people gonna like be in relationships with their AI? Is that going to be socially acceptable? There's so many things and so many steps to get to where Riri is able to put a thing on her head, fall asleep, and then her best friend standing in front of her. It was a gift and a curse, and in reverse order, because she wants her there now, and then she loses her. It's just tragedy at its best. I am so excited for the finale. What did you think about this episode? MarvelManiacPod@gmail.com. Give us your take. Also, would you like to rally with the community and also support the show? We are on patreon.com/MarvelManiac. We post special 5-minute episodes every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central, and it's a great place for us to have a little hub and a chat and keep the engagements going. So thank you for listening. If you've listened this long, we have one more episode of the show. I'm personally loving it. I hope you are too. And yeah, just don't forget to go to patreon.com/MarvelManiac. We'd love to see you there. And until tomorrow morning for the finale of Ironheart, let's see where they go with it. Avengers, disassemble.